Hey, how's it going out there? Welcome to the show. If you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. We got a great one lined up for you today. Let's see who's out there on the panel. Haven't checked recently. How's it going out there? What do we got, Betty?
Well, we got Deanna Meekin and we got Nathan Oakley.
Evening, guys.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
We also got two other people, Flight of Egypt and Andrew 11-7. I don't know who these people are. Well, I think Flight of Egypt is often also on Nathan's show, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, so I can unmute him. All right. And we got Sasha, Unituk Femu. Maybe you can say hi. Sasha?
Hello, hello.
Ooh, you kind of low. For me, please.
He's a bit low.
Hello.
Oh, that's very low.
Flat Earth Egypt, Andrew 11-7. All right. Ooh, that A looks intimidating on Andrew's.
Yeah, well, he's a flat earther, so I can unmute him too, see what he...
Just to get a little radio check, that's it. Little admin.
Andrew, can you talk?
Yes, affirmative.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Clear. One more with Nathan. Radio check, Nathan. We're going to extend the admin today.
It's a very misunderstood word, anarchy.
I was about to say the same, Nathan. Not as frightening, but not necessarily as practical either, as they make out.
Yep, it's one of those demonized terms.
Mm-hmm. Anarchy?
Yes.
Yeah? There's a lot of demonized terms out there, isn't there?
I agree.
Words are being hijacked.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. That's one of the tools of the ball chart trade, man. Hijacking words, changing their meanings by fiat.
Well, it's not only that, it's also men doing this.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You guys have a lot of words for women.
Here we go.
Sorry, my feminist...
We need them, Betty, because it depends on the mood you're in.
You need what? You need them for what?
We need them because it depends on the mood you're in.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Touche, Adam. Touche. Man, it's good to be back, dude. I haven't been here in a minute. Had to scrape the cobwebs out. Let's see how everything's going.
Yeah, so you've been away for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So then now you're back and you still remember what to do?
Yeah, like I said, a couple cobwebs here and there. You know, you just have to whack those out of the way. And it looks like everything's going good. As long as we could concentrate on admin more, I think that'll impress Nathan all that much more.
So did you take a flight from east to west?
Oh, I did. Well, thanks for bringing that up. It was the first flight or flights that I've taken as a flat earther. Yeah.
So did you take your compass with you to see if the direction was great?
I didn't pull an atom. I didn't bust out the accelerometer or any compass. No, I just paid a little bit more attention to detail.
Okay. And what detail did you find?
Well, it's been some time since I've flown, and I like I said, I've flown all around the world, and the descent. I was focusing on the descent because everyone said that, and I kind of knew this that the planes do dip their nose, right? And I said, okay, let's see how this is going to go. I want to see how they're going to do it, right? So you get up to cruising altitude, and yeah. But the first descent, guess what? Every single time, they dipped the nose. I mean, it was plainly obvious, right, that the nose was dipped. Now, not the whole way down to landing, no. But for a good part of the first descent, everyone knows this. Slow down, dip the nose, right? So that was interesting. And just to take in God's beautiful earth, Matt. It was so breathtaking, right? I think the first flight I got up, it was like 29,000 feet. The second one was 39,000 feet. That one was a little bit more comfortable. So right in that.
Did you have a window seat?
Yeah. Oh, on each flight. Yes. Always.
Always?
Yes.
Yeah?
Always.
You want to sit at the windows?
Always. I always sat at the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have a good view on things then?
Very good view. Yeah. Little intimidating the first time down the runway. All I could, when you taxi up to the runway, you make the turn and you get on the runway and he's firing up the engines, right? It's quite exhilarating. And all I could think of is I feel the need for speed. And then he just rocked it, right? I'll tell you what, it's exhilarating. I love it. I really do. Yeah.
Quick question, John,
sure.
on this nose dipping.
Mm-hmm.
The nose dipping you experienced, was it sufficient to maybe account for, I don't know, kind of a cruising altitude, maybe 50,000 feet? Or was it enough to account for maybe 50 miles?
I don't.
Of altitude.
Go ahead.
Reduction.
Say that question one more time. Try to make it a little bit more coherent.
I assume during the main flight, it was straight and level.
Sure. Yeah.
So there would be an accruement of curvature and therefore additional altitude if you were flying over a ball. So I was asking, was the amount of nose dipping sufficient to account for a drop down before landing for 50,000 feet, i.e. cruising altitude, or 50 miles, the amount of cruise?
No, dude, that nose didn't dip until we were 5 to 10 minutes out, especially the first flight, because the first flight was an hour. So that one, no. We flowed straight and level. No, they ain't accounting for that dip. No way. Not a chance. Now,
I assume that, but,
we would have to be going absolutely like straight up and down to account for that for about 25 minutes. Just straight down, right? No, it ain't happening, man. No, but it was quite an experience.
You don't need an accelerometer for that one, do you? Really?
No, and you don't need to know anything about you could tell with the nose dipping. What I did was I said, the dang nose is dipping. Okay, so what I did, I put my water just to make sure. Right, the bottle of water on yeah, it was. I didn't need.
Were you allowed to take water with you on the plane?
No. They got a racket. They always had this racket, right? Ever since 9/11, where they just, I took tea, bottle of tea and water, right? My own, just little plastic container, right? So they said, "Sir, we're gonna have to throw these out." I said, "Yeah, I know." So I'm gonna get thirsty, right? So they throw my tea that costs like a nickel, right? Because I buy them in bulk in the water, obviously, a nickel. And then I have to go buy a bottle of water for $3. I told the guy, I said, got a good little racket going on here, don't you? He goes, yeah. I said, is there any gold shavings in here? Yeah. Yeah, he was like,
little tip, John. You've obviously not flown for a while. If you've got that and you've got a nice flask, and just make sure you can't see through it. Just claim it's breast milk. I can't take it off you then.
Yeah, I'll try that the next time. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's about 11 years since I took my last flight. Yeah. So it was an exhilarating experience. Everything that I thought it would be. It's a bit stressful, right? Because it's just not a natural thing to do. But it was all in all, it was okay. I wasn't going back for a vacation or anything. That probably put a damper on most things. So, but it was a good experience. One that I won't ever forget.
Yeah, good. But so now you're back.
And now
already
I'm back.
in the game.
Back in the game, getting the cobwebs cleared, and we're on to our good buddy.
I got one more question.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you make sure you got an aisle seat so you could really stare out the window, or were you constantly leaning over people?
I don't think he was paying. I don't think he was paying attention, was he, Betty?
No, he wasn't.
You're too involved with the garlic bread and the mozzarella cheese melt.
Well, I finished now. That's why I'm more involved in talking.
Yeah. I had
a window.
I had the window seat on all flights, and I always had. I can only think of maybe once or twice throughout the past 30, 40 years that I've had the aisle seat, and I was forced to go there.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. I like the window seat. Always loved it. Yep. I need to see what's around me.
The thing is, I like the aisle seat, because the pressure somehow in the middle is less.
Really?
And I always got this terrible pressure on my eardrums, which would result in really, really awful pain. And in the middle, it's less, or it feels less, and you feel like you can sort of flee instead of, being stuck between all these people in a. Yeah, it's somehow feels worse when you're tucked away with two people beside you.
You can flee. Where are you going to flee to?
I don't know, but that the pain is so awful on those planes with the pressure that because they can adjust it, but they won't, right? Because it costs more money, right? But they it's like you want to go away because you want to have that plane basically crash. So much pain it is.
I don't want to go that far, and it's not that painful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you had the pains that I had back then, when I was going from Mallorca back to Holland, and I had a little bit of a cold back then, but later on, even when I flew, I had the same pains. And I think my whole family has the same ailing.
Top tips, Betty. Then on that, it's pressure equalization in the area station canal.
Yes, but some people can clear their ears, but I can't.
No. Always, if I've ever had a cold, I always do a full sinus rinse. But if you really do struggle, then either oral or sprayed decongestants are the only hope, because it's so constricted that you need to open it up to allow that pressure equalization. And if you don't, then I've had it once, you feel like ripping your head off. Worse than toothache.
Yeah, well, that's exactly true. It's like you're imploding or exploding or whatever. The pressure, it gets built up so high that you really want that plane to fall down because
to go low. Yeah, I can understand that with a head cold. Now that you say that, I don't think I've done that too many times. I think once. Yeah, I think I remember. You're right.
And somebody says correctly in the chat. He says you can get buds for that, earbuds, right? And I had those a year later. I had those, so I had to put these in to equalize for me because I can't do it myself. Right, even with chewing and yawning, nothing happens. And,
the yawning.
It's awful. Yeah.
The last part of the trip, though, or not the last part of the trip, the most exciting part was I was flying into Cleveland during a snowstorm. So we were landing at night in a snowstorm. It was actually quite beautiful, but it was like it had a sphincter effect, a little bit.
Didn't it have ice skates on it? on the wheels?
What's a sphincter effect?
It tightens up a little bit.
Well, I kind of just guessing.
yeah. Just a little bit.
Oh, you had. I was
Yeah.
thinking the snowstorm. I thought it was describing a weather condition.
no.
To Coriolis.
That-
Or something, but
I was looking outside as we were coming down. I didn't think we were going to get into this discussion, by the way, but that's okay. It's a good discussion.
I think you're boring, Nate.
Based entropy defense.
Say again?
Well, I can take it to the next level if you want me to bore people, Betty. That's no problem.
Okay. yes, please.
Can you guys hear me?
Sorry, Ari.
Hello.
Yep. So I flew into Cleveland, and you couldn't tell because it was a pretty thick cloud deck. And when you come down, when you're descending, right, everything's pretty smooth, right, until you hit the clouds. Everyone knows that, whoever flown, once, right? So we start rocking and rolling, right, and it took an extraordinarily a long period of time to get through the cloud deck. And I said, that's a pretty thick cloud deck. And then when we bursted through the clouds, right, then I could see the snow because the wings lit up, right, and then you could see all the snow coming down. So it was beautiful, by the way, but it wasn't. I shouldn't over exaggerate that. It wasn't all that bad. I was just wondering if they had like you said, did it have ice skates on? That's the only thing I was concerned with. Hey, are we going to slide off this monkey when we hit? But we didn't. Everything's fine. They did a great job. They don't pay pilots enough, man.
Can I just give one small, totally off-topic word of warning to anybody who does flying frequently?
Yeah, go ahead.
The noise level on a plane is over 100 decibels, right? And it's full range, the full audible spectrum. Every single frequency that you can hear
Really?
is created on a flight, and it's over 100 decibels. If you're ever doing a flight that's more than an hour, you should absolutely get ear protection because it will and can and does damage your hearing. So
Really?
especially long-haul flights, you should protect your ears. Just a word to the wise.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Over 100 decibels. Do you not notice how loud it is?
Nope. I didn't notice it.
Even with the modern the big ones.
Yeah, flying is insanely loud, and because it's over 100 decibels, full range, it will damage your hearing if you're in it for a prolonged period of time.
I thought about it, but it is reasonable. You've got those big, huge engines not burning any jet fuel next to you.
No, we're not going.
I'm messing, John.
Someone kick him out. Someone kick him out.
Kick him. All right, so let's get into this. For the people on the panel, go ahead and go on mute. Just pull up the watch page. I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to stop for any breaks. It's not going to be that long. I'm just going to go straight through it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. But go ahead and pull up the watch page. And Mike, discipline for us, please. So we're going to be talking about Mr. Conspiracy Catz. Right? He's the first order on the docket for today. And like, I always say this, right? Just let them open up their incoherent pie holes, right? And they'll do your work for you. Remember me saying that? Well, here's the poster child, right? He's going to bring that statement to fruition for everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this twice. Like I said, don't fret. It's not that long. Just to get a flavor, so you can get a flavor for it. And then I'm going to circle back, and I'm going to stop at a very subtle deception, right? Just to point out something that caught my eye. All right, here we go.
Firstly, the second law of thermodynamics does not in any way contradict us having an atmosphere next to the vacuum of space. What we've got to remember, which is where you're confused, Nathan, is the second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy and not the movement of matter. And what we have to remember is the particles that have made it that high up in the atmosphere have already done so much work against gravity and radiated off so much of their energy as heat that they have almost no energy left whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, you guys got that? Everyone in chat, you can hear that okay, hopefully?
We didn't hear it, but we weren't instructed to increase our volumes on the watch page, but there we go.
Did you guys hear it on the watch page?
I'm pretty sure the audience would have heard it.
Everyone in chat, you can hear that okay, hopefully?
I got a naughty bit of, technically.
But we weren't instructed to
Yeah, go ahead and turn your watch page down there when you come on. I think everyone's got it. Let's circle back. Let's try this one more time. Like I said, I'm going to stop. Maybe a few people caught it, but I'm going to stop at the subtle deception. Talk about it. Here we go.
Now, firstly, the second law of thermodynamics does not in any way contradict us having an atmosphere next to the vacuum of space. What we've got to remember, which is where you're confused, Nathan, is the second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy and not the movement of matter.
All right. The subtle deception is right there for you, right? You see what he's doing here. He pops this up, and he's talking about the second law of thermodynamics has to do with energy, not matter, in the background, right? And he pops this up for 5 seconds, giving the air of support for his statement in the background, right? So let's go through this. I didn't catch this the first time. I caught it about the third time I went through it, and I said, what are you doing here? And what led me to it is it popped up for only like 5 seconds, right? Number one, you ain't reading this in 5 seconds, especially his subscribers, because they're 99% of them are illiterate, right? They ain't reading this in 5 seconds, no chance. So he pops this up, and I'm sitting there, oh, okay. So what I did firstly, well, number one, this isn't a citation. Right. Now, I've been interacting with these ball-tart numpties for about 5 years, and rarely can I even count on one hand. It's a half a hand. How many times they feebly attempt to support what they say? And most don't do it with citation, and it goes along with this too, because obviously this is a citation. So I wonder where it came from first. So what I did is I copied a few sentences out here, and I put it in a search engine and search where it came from. Guess what? I got no hits, so obviously he screenshotted this from some numpty website. But I digress. That's not that important. The main point is, like I said, he's talking in the background for his main point of the whole discussion. Now, we're going to get into this here in a couple minutes after I'm done with this, and we're going to go through his couple statements that he made, the train wreck ones. But what he's trying to tell everyone is that the second law of thermodynamics is only concerned with the movement of energy, not matter, right? And he pops this up as an air of support. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and read through this. Let's see if it supports what he said. So, the second law of thermodynamics states that the total entropy of an isolated system can never decrease over time. The total entropy of a system and its surroundings can remain constant in ideal cases where the system is in thermodynamic equilibrium, or is undergoing a fictive, that's created in your imagination, by the way, reversible process. In all processes that occur, including spontaneous processes, the total entropy of the system and its surroundings increases, and the process is irreversible in the thermodynamic sense. The increase in entropy accounts for the irreversibility of natural processes and the asymmetry between future and the past. Did anyone hear anything about energy or matter? Nope. Had nothing whatsoever to do with what he's talking about. He just popped this up on the screen because it's going to fool most people. Most people aren't going to read this. Like I said, his subscribers, they're illiterate. They can't read. Right? Even if you go back and watch it over again, you're probably just going to blow this off and just say, yeah, it's probably supporting what he says. It's not supporting what he said at all. Zero. It has nothing to do with it. In fact, everything after equilibrium is just almost doublespeak. It brings up reversible processes that's in the creative imagination and then says that nature doesn't have any reversible processes. They're all irreversible, which is correct. But still, it's just a little bit doublespeak. It's not really saying anything. But this really caught my attention. I said, it's really kind of coy to do that, right? I thought I'd bring that up. It's not a major point, but it's just subtle deception, right? Nice touch there, Conspiracy Cats. I caught you on this, didn't I? Unbelievable. This is the least of your worries, brother. Here comes some big worries. So, this is what he said. Conspiracy Catz. The second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy, not the movement of matter. It's hard to put into language how stupid this is, right? This requires a purposeful ignorance of just the basic fundamentals of the second law. I mean, that's it. I don't know whether he's lying or he's doing this purposely or he's just Dunning-Kruger. Right? I'm not in that business. I can only listen to what he says and then comment on these, right? Now, I got 4 points, and they're standalones. They deliver the dagger by themselves. I can stop after each one, and it's over, right? So remember what he said. This is very important. Conspiracy Catz. He said the second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy, not the movement of matter. Really? So, have you heard of Albert Einstein before, Conspiracy Catz? I'm pretty sure you're on his boat. So, from the universe today, scroll this down a little bit. As Einstein showed us, light and matter are just aspects of the same thing. Matter is just frozen light, and light is matter on the move. Albert Einstein's most famous equation says that energy and matter are two sides of the same coin. So, how can the second law of thermodynamics be just about energy and not matter when energy and matter are the same coin? Por favor. Dagger, you're dead. You can't recover from just this. It gets worse. From the entropysite.oxy.edu. All right, folks. This is from Dr. Frank Lambert. He is a legend in the second law of thermodynamics. In fact, somewhere around the 98, 99, 2000 time frame, he, by himself, for the most part, changed all the textbooks in regards to the definition and understanding of the second law of thermodynamics, entropy, just by himself, just to put things into focus. Let's see what he has to say here. In classical thermodynamics, it is viewing entropy increase as a measure of the dispersal of energy from localized to spread out at a given temperature. So, Conspiracy Catz, you're good to go so far. I mean, yes, it's dispersal of energy, so the movement of energy. However, you forgot the second definition. So it's lying or fraud by omission. In molecular matter thermodynamics, it is considering the change in a system or surroundings or their total, for which there are fewer accessible microstates to one in which there is an increased number of accessible microstates. Question: are molecules matter? If you would have said water is made of boll weevil silicon salts, it would have been more coherent. Second dagger. You're finished right here. I should just drop anchor and dance around right here. You're through. Like I said, this is purposeful ignorance. Has to be. Right? Just stay around here. Are molecules matter, Conspiracy Catz? Come on. You think you're going to get out of this, don't you? All right, let's move on. Number 3. Again, back to Dr. Frank Lambert, entropysite.oxy.edu. Listen closely. Especially all the Baltars, not just Conspiracy Catz, because this alone right here deals a death blow to the heliocentric Baltard spinning space monkey religion. Gas expansion into a vacuum. The mixing of ideal gases or liquids, diffusion, effusion, colligative effects, and osmosis. Each fundamentally involves an increase in entropy. Question: are gases and liquids matter? This is severe Dunning-Kruger, right? It's over. It's over for you. You cannot recover from these. Number 4. Oh, look out. Look out now. I'd like to introduce you to Professor George Porter, Nobel laureate, physics. Watch and listen closely.
Now let us look at some examples of spontaneous changes and see how they are accounted for in terms of the second law of thermodynamics. We'll take the simplest first and look at changes where only the entropy changes. Now, one, perhaps the simplest of all, these, is the expansion of a gas into a vacuum. I have in one of these bulbs some bromine, and in the other I have a vacuum. And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one to the other. Now that is the simplest change we can have, perhaps, because all that happens is a change in entropy. In this case, the expansion into a vacuum, nothing else is involved. There's no energy change, there's no temperature change, there's no change except entropy. So without the entropy concept, that would have been difficult to understand and difficult to account for.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over.
Conspiracy Catch, to hear that? That's a eulogy from Dandy Don. He's right on point. Did you hear what Professor George Porter said? Because remember, you said the second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy, not the movement of matter. Remember that? Professor George Porter, in this case, the expansion into a vacuum, nothing else is involved. There's no energy change. Done. Dead. On arrival. There's no temperature change. There's no change except entropy, baby. That's it. You're finished. Conspiracy Catz, you'd fail 6th grade intro to physics. Seriously, you're running around here giving physics tests to people? You think that's cloaking you? You can't recover. You're finished right here. I could stop. End it. In fact, I could have stopped at number 1. But where's the fun in that, right? It's over for you. Sorry. That's what pretender clowns get, don't they? No energy change. There's no change except entropy. And he's got molecules, bromine in there. So it's about the movement of matter, not energy. This is just barely palpable background noise, but just to dot all the I's and cross the T's, he also said this belly laugher. Conspiracy Catz, the particles that have made it that high up in the atmosphere have already done so much work against gravity and have radiated off so much of their energy as heat that they have almost no energy left whatsoever. What? What do these gas particles do? They get tired, rip off their bras, and burn them in the rebellion of Boyle's Law, Charles' Law, Gay-Lussac's Law, Avogadro's Law, part of Dalton's Law, and the second law of thermodynamics? Then fall down, go boom, boom, go splash, splash, eh? Is that what they do? My word, son. Begging the question fallacy gravity, you invoked it. Listen, I can give you all the gravity that you want, right? I can give you Newtonian gravity, all the force you want, times 1,000,000,000. Then we can multiply that. I'm going to give you all of Einstein's bendy space-time gravity, all that you want, times 1,000,000,000. Multiply those together. It will not affect the entropy of gases 1 iota. Are you kidding me, sunshine? Probably not. Number 3, the only way gas molecules can have almost no energy left whatsoever, like you said, is to approach absolute zero, which is negative 273 degrees Celsius and negative 459 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you tell me where we reach those temperatures, sir? Or close to those temperatures? In the atmosphere? Number 4, if gravity affected gas molecules, it would never frigging rain. Duh. See the water cycle. Number 5, from Introduction to Chemistry, Open Text BC. Gas particles are constantly colliding with each other and the walls of their container. These collisions are elastic. That is, there is no net loss of energy from the collisions. P.S. Walls of the container? Where'd they get that from? Interesting. Number 6, listen to this closely. From Introductory Chemistry again, Open Text BC. The average kinetic energy of gas particles is proportional to the absolute temperature of the gas. And all gases at the same temperature have the same average kinetic energy. Duh. So, Mr. Magoo, Conspiracy Catz, you heard of the thermosphere by chance? Temps can reach better than 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit there. The gas molecules are gaining energy, son. Gaining. So, you're finished. It's over for you. You cannot recover from this. Not a chance. It's going to be interesting to see how you try to, but you can't. You're dead. DED, brother. So, now that I issued your science acumen a nail spike 44-inch Louisville Slugger woodshed beating that would make Stalin blush, we're going to move now to your ball-tard spinning space monkey acumen. Guess where I'm going to go with this? Right here. Listen up, folks.
This is what a mirage looks like. All perfectly well understood science, by the way. Yeah, we know, because we know refraction. Next slide, please. This is what a mirage looks like. All perfectly well understood science, by the way. Yeah, we know, because we know refraction. Next slide, please. This is what a mirage looks like. All perfectly well understood science, by the way. Yeah, we know, because we know refraction. Next slide.
Next slide. I got your next slide. Here's the next slide. It's Mick West with the same photograph. Right? You called this what? A mirage? Really? Let's take a look. This is Mick West, October 1st, 2017. He's got the same photo. You can tell, right? There's a little mark right here on this back sail. Right there. Let's check that out. Let's see. Yep. Same photo. Same boat, same picture, got the little mark right there. You called this a mirage. Mick West said, this is not a mirage. Huh? Even in his little caption down below here, he said, the tabloid media love to invoke cool-sounding Fata Morgana to explain images, right? Right, because a Fata Morgana is a mirage. You think this is a mirage. Guess what Mick West just gave you here, Conspiracy Catz? He made you equal to tabloid media because you think this is a mirage, but it's not. Let me ask you, how can one of the high priests of Baltardia, you've been out here for over 3 years, pontificating the pseudoscience belly laugher, and you don't even know what a mirage is? Are you kidding me? Calling this a mirage is tantamount to a Baptist preacher calling Genesis and the Gospel pseudepigrapha. That's how bad this is. You can't recover. You can't recover from this. And your science acumen train wreck. If you have more than 2 subscribers by tomorrow morning, that is you and your mom, then your subscribers are dumber than you are. And you already know that, don't you? Questions, comments?
You've had a couple of super chats from Sasha, who's actually on the panel. Maybe you can get him to read out his own super chats.
Yeah, that would be a new twist, wouldn't it? Go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've unmuted him.
What shall I do? To read my super chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I need
Why
to go
not?
to YouTube. Wait.
You want me to do them?
Yeah, go on, Betty. If you can read them, that'd be brilliant. And then Sasha can react to our reaction.
I see the last one, but I don't see the other 2.
Okay, you do the last one. I do the previous 2. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one you posted was vacuum is next to us, and we are one spherical atom. That's one. And the next one you said was second law of thermodynamics. Deal with one part of a coin because of refraction. Matter is refracted, molecules looming, and gravity fight with chaos.
That's a good one, man. That was creative. Thanks a lot, Sasha. Appreciate that, man.
And he has one last one that he's going to tell himself.
All right.
Yeah, and the last one is Bob and Alice cannot be both Globers because how?
You might have to take that one too, Betty. I could hardly hear you, Sasha.
I said Bob and Alice can be both Globers because how? Bob and Alice can both.
Oh,
be
Bob
Globers.
and Alice. Yeah. I got you now. Appreciate it.
Cannot be both Globers because how? They can be only flat earthers, or one is flat earther and another one is Glober.
Yep.
Because if 2 Globers take an icon and go to do some observation, they will do what?
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
That's the picture you drew when you were first to fly with John.
Yes, I'm well aware of it. Yep.
Maybe the audience is not, so that we go into abyss basically.
Yeah, we're not going to head there. Just that this is conspiracy Catz. He's the guest of honor.
So I just wanted to step back one from your Mirage, if that's okay, back to the description of the second law of thermodynamics only applying to energy.
Sure.
Well, the reason for that is because they have a second law of thermodynamics violation, sky vacuum. Well, in order to get around that little problem where the matter that is the gas we're breathing isn't following the law of entropy and expanding into the space that's available, they would have to relinquish that part of the second law of thermodynamics in order to get around that little problem. That little problem being a second law of thermodynamics violation, sky vacuum they call space. That's why he's doing this.
I don't know why he did it, but like I said, he's finished. He can't recover.
Kitty, bad kitty.
Say again?
I said bad kitty, bad kitty.
Oh, you said bad kitty. All right. Yes, sir. Bad kitty. Yeah. Anything else? See what we got. Adam, you still eating your tea?
I'm just gobsmacked.
I knew you would be.
I think if I'm being honest, you hit the nail on the head at the beginning with your little bit of sarcasm with regards to currently this gentleman who is a teacher, I think, of at least GCSE physics. He's going around asking other people to take this, and respectfully appears to be in with regards to the answers that he or the statements he's made there. This appears to be standard ball of play where it's, oh, let me show me your edge. Show me your edge. Let's not talk about my edge. And in the sense that if he answered his physics questions like this, then, you know, he probably failed the thing that he's trying to humiliate flat earthers that they couldn't possibly pass. It's confusing. It appears to be deception, if I'm being honest. I could ramble on. I want to ramble on and attack many of the points. I've even rewound the YouTube to hold screenshots, John. You know, I want to have a go at these things, but we've said it all before. It's, as you said at the start, he wraps it up with trying to give a quotation that doesn't back up what he's about to say. And again, he goes on to contradict both himself and then natural law. So, yeah, if there's a point I would want to have a little dig at, and that's just, it's just the last bit that you mentioned at the end, because all of this, you mentioned all the gas laws, and they are intrinsically linked to their overall energy. He implies that they're like the little train that could, doesn't he? These gas molecules. They go, chugga, 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 chugga. I can do it. But I'm running out of fuel. Nothing to do. Yeah. And that's when they get to the end, or they go, you know what, dudes? The hippie gas molecule, I've gone so far, man. I just can't be arsed. I'm going home. And turn around. Which is fundamentally a contradiction to gas behavior. But just to exemplify, so, you know, PV equals nRT. T is most of the T we get comes from the sun. As they go up, you highlight that in the thermosphere, I'm holding my fingers up, they claim there's temperatures of 3,000 degrees. Whatever way, you're exposed to more sunlight, more thermal energy, which by any definition of gas behavior, if you heat them up, give them more, they move faster. So I'm totally confused at what appears to be a founding principle, that as they go up there, they've got less energy, even though as they describe the energetic levels of the system, they're describing a higher energy state up there for the gas molecules to be in, which seems, I say, contradictory. Done.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I agree. It's, I don't know. Like I said, it's not my business to try an attempt to divine. I could take a look at the circumstances, who he is, what his education level is, and try to put it together at least a little bit. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't know. I have my own thoughts on the matter. I think I've stated them as to how he can get away with this, mainly because he knows his subscribers are basically have zero science acumen and they're illiterate, so he can get away with this. If you had a high schooler in here that had a bent towards physics, he would utterly destroy everything that Conspiracy Catz just said. I'm talking junior high level. That's why I said that he would fail junior high physics, intro to physics. He'd fail it right there. It's obvious.
Can I shout out the super chat is related to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, someone says, Dutton says, Rip Catz. I've heard Aldi was recruiting. So he is wanting him to change jobs, I think.
Change jobs to where?
Aldi. That's a shop.
Aldi, that's like a shopping, a grocery
like
store.
A Walmart.
Yeah.
I think that's very disrespectful to employees of Aldi.
Nathan, you took shit. That's interesting. You took shit for years for the Tesco for supporting your family with, you know what I mean? From going from that one job to the other, you took shit for that as a flat earther. I remember. So we maybe shouldn't. The point I wanted to make, John, is Catz there. I'm not calling him stupid to fail it. I'm saying the way in which he's describing this and proposing physics, and the way he has to, would mean he would fail his physics, because he's not standing by what are the laws of physics, for him to fit it into the gas model. He's made this statement that at 3,000 degrees, gas molecules will be very low in energy because they've traveled for a bit, which is, I say, failing. You've got a student that makes that kind of statement. That's contradictory, isn't it? Unless you're trying to cram it into a ball model. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying he's stupid because I don't know. I mean, he must be daft. But I won't say necessarily stupid.
Yeah. I'm not, like I said, I'm just dealing with the comments at face value. That's all I really can do. Attempting to define or divine pretender clown, Dunning-Kruger, numpty dipshits is not, I'm not in that business. So whatever that may be, you can't recover. Conspiracy
I agree.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I totally agree. It's not for us to do. They can do it all day long and get away with it, and their crowds will cheer as they attack us personally, divine our inspirations, divine our motivations, divine our thoughts, feelings, and express them to their audience. However, why? What does it benefit us? If we're on topic, talking about the argument, talking about where they're right and wrong, and giving citation for why they're wrong, well, that's all you need to do. Show why they're wrong and how they're wrong based on what they've actually said, as opposed to divining their thoughts, divining their motivations. Yeah, I could give examples of where he's expressed through projection his concerns about what could give him his motivation. And like you said, I could go into that and occasionally do on the debate, I won't lie. But nevertheless, it's not necessary, right? Let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to what's right and wrong about what this claimed to be physics teacher has expressed to an audience in defense of his globe Earth belief.
That's the point I'm making then. I'm not even to the point of saying, I'm not even saying this is his level of intellect. I'm saying with what he's portrayed here, that level of misunderstanding of A-level physics would mean he would fail if that was him taking it. Right? I think he's perfectly capable of taking it. He's a physics teacher. What's interesting is to why these things are being misrepresented. I'm not even using the word lie. It's a misrepresentation, a way of describing it without saying the full truth so that it fits within a ball paradigm. I am saying it is a fib, because to claim these gas molecules have slowed down due to the effects of gravity is in contradiction to everything that he would be teaching with regards to gas behavior at physics, which includes at that level PV equals nRT. So it is actually, not honest. It's not genuine, and it's contradictory to the physics, known physics, isn't it?
And both ironic and appropriate, given that prior to being Conspiracy Catz, he was called, channel name, GCSE and A-level physics. And also, he goes around challenging people like Brian to take physics tests. And yet, in his presentations, he would fail A-level physics.
I tell you what, I'd be asking for my money back if he'd have taught my son that 3,000, coming from, say, 25 degrees temperature, ambient temperature down here, going up to 3,000 degrees, because I'd travelled all that way into the thermosphere, and the gas molecule would be going a lot slower at 3,000 degrees. I'd be very disappointed in that tutoring.
You think? You guys are hovering around the barely palpable part. I'm still back with the second law of thermodynamics is about the movement of energy, not the movement of matter. Where did he get that from?
So you summed it up line by omission. Fundamental principle of it. I mean, I picked up on that too, and I used the same clip, albeit a 2-second part of it, rather than the full demonstration of zero energy transfer in his example.
Yep.
Right? When you've got the bromine filling the vacuum, well, in that one statement, his entire presentation falls to pieces.
Yep. I found it shocking. I still can't believe it. Like I said, you can't recover. I don't know what you're going to do. If you're subscribed, like I said, they have to be dumber than you are. They'll probably just blow it off, right? Just chalk it up. He was wrong. Like I said, this is tantamount. This is so ridiculous. It's like I said, going to a math course and the math instructor says, don't worry about the numbers. We're not concerned ourselves with that. We're just going to focus on the operations with the symbols: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's how stupid. I'm telling you, that's the level that this statement is at.
Yeah. To summarize that, it's like a mathematician saying, yeah, we're just going to focus on the symbols. Math has nothing to do with numbers. Likewise, the second law of thermodynamics has nothing to do with matter. It's just energy.
How preposterous. We don't have to harp on this. I think the daggers have been delivered. You can't recover. You'd fail. Like I said, junior high, 6th grade. Not even junior high. 6th grade intro to physics. Over. So, Betty, any more super chats?
Nope. Not that I've seen. Nope.
We can get some final thoughts from everyone. Just keep the Ballbusters in for their final channel shout outs and such like that. I'm going to have to break out of here pretty quick. That's why we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, I don't think we need to go any further. I mean, we're just beating a dead horse. I'm in between 2 ice storms, and I got to get my daughter off to work. So I got some work I got to do before here in the next 15 minutes. So go ahead through, and we'll save the Ballbusters for last. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. Before you do that, I knew I was going to forget something. I absolutely know it.
All right. Go.
Yeah. So, Mike, discipline. I'm getting a lot of echoes. Go on mute for a second, please. Let's see what we got here. I definitely forgot to push this or to add it. Give me 1 second. Here, and we're off. All right. Now, it's the Quantum Erasers numpty clips. Miggy over at 24/7 Flat Earth Discord has taken all my audio clips, well, a good portion of them anyway, and put them into a numpty playlist. So all you got to do is click on this. The link is in the description. You know what? I could probably put the link in the chat for everyone too. So you can go here to the numpty playlist and just hit the first one, and then it'll play through all the audio clips. So shout out to Miggy over there at 24/7 Flat Earth Discord. This was a lot of work that he did. And I find myself when I need some background noise, I'll go ahead and just start playing the playlist. It's outstanding. So sorry about
echo that. And big shout out to Miggy for that. I have also spent a considerable amount of time listening to that playlist, chuckling away. You Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Shout out, because I almost forgot it too. I knew I was going to do that. So like I said, I'm clearing the cobwebs out. So Betty, we can go ahead and start with your previous mission.
Yeah, I also got another super chat from Sasha again. And he says, if Einstein, then conspiracy cats.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
So let's go to Andrew 11-7. You have anything to add or to ask?
Honestly, no, I think like that's it. I mean, based on what Q said, it's just baffling that after years and years, this person cannot understand it's not a mirage. That to me is still more baffling than the part with mass and energy. But
we didn't even touch on that, did we? The part where he thought that was a mirage. You've seen that photo before, because I put that photo up in the Black Swan presentations from the beginning. So see, that one caught my eye when I seen him going through there. He kept on saying, "Yep, this is a mirage. Yeah, we know the science. Yeah, that's a mirage, huh? Yeah. How you like me now?" Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, based on my knowledge, sure, you can go on and try to add more content on it, but as you guys said, it's enough. Like, the daggers have already been thrown away. He's debunked, in my view. Heavily debunked, like...
What was that?
There's a grunt.
You know, the sound effects, making it more... I don't know.
All right, thank you. Then we go to Brian's logic.
Hey Betty, hey QE, hey everybody. I'll keep it short. Good presentation. I think Conspiracy Catz needs to take his own physics test and see what kind of score he'll get, because it wouldn't be very good. And unfortunately, there is one thing that debunks all this, and that is that gas pressure and atmospheric pressure are different things. Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. I don't think that gets to the level. Yeah, that might get to that level. You're right. Thinking about it.
It at least stops you having to think about the problem if you pretend there's a differential. Ease that cog disc pain just a little bit. It's a little band-aid. I mean, the blood, it's going to seep through eventually due to pressure. But evening, Brian, and thanks for ignoring me, by the way.
Hello, Adam. Sorry, no, I didn't mean that.
Ah, no. Fine.
Okay, then we go to Don Gio. Have anything to add?
Yeah, guys, I just joined in real late. I was quite busy. I didn't know you guys were going to do a live today, so.
All right.
Tuesday.
And then we go to Flat Earth Egypt. Have anything to add or to ask?
Hello. No, I was just interested in the idea or the argument that they always keep giving us that molecules don't have enough energy up there. You destroyed the argument there. Good one.
All right. And we go to Ratio Swan. Have anything to ask or to add?
What's this show for?
Did you just wake up?
We're selling jalapenos.
We're pointing out where a globe proponent of the Conspiracy Catz is misleading his audience with complete nonsense.
That's the entire purpose of this.
Yep.
Construct.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
So that's it? Nothing more? All right. And then we got Travis. Travis Clark. You have anything to add? I don't think that he can hear us. I have to go back to Elijah F. Did you listen to the show?
Yes, I did. I was on YouTube letting it play in the background. That was freaking amazing, man. I mean, I don't know how anyone can play this video back or this stream back and not be convinced that these people are liars and they don't know what they're talking about. So, amazing job. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Elijah. Thanks, man.
You want to go to the last one, John, or do you want to?
Nah, go with the Ballbusters channel shout-outs and final thoughts, please.
Did we get both Don Geo and Flat Earth Egypt?
Yes.
We did go.
What? Yes.
Sorry? I didn't catch that. What did you say?
I was just checking everyone had been covered. That was all Flat Earth Egypt.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, we did go to them. Yeah. Armin, do you want to do your shout-out?
Sure. Wasn't Zanuck gonna get a say?
Nah, he's sort of. Nah.
I've got a bus to catch.
But yeah, Conspiracy Catz, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna stick to the cat metaphor and just say that maybe you should learn how to poo inside of the litter box and carpet. Eventually, people are just gonna get sick of it and send them back to the asylum. So, yeah, it's up to him. As for my own channel, Flat Earth Early Bird, every day, 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays, 2 p.m. Amsterdam times in the weekend. I interact with my chat a lot, so yeah, it would be good if you're interested to be there in my chat and ask questions, conversation live. So I hope to see you there. Arwin channel, ARWIJN.
All right, then we go to Adam.
As you know, I have no channel anymore. So I have a question. Anyone on the panel onto ballers? One of the citations of the ball is that the thermosphere is at 3,000 degrees. How, or i.e., what are you actually doing, or do you have to do to confirm that temperature? Not how do you get up there. What are you doing when you're up there to give you that temperature? What's giving you that temperature?
You want the answer now?
Not necessarily, but if anyone wants, I mean, to me, that answers the point with regards to the energy in the gas molecules. How does the thermometer work down here?
So answers on a postcode to Adam Meakin at Bullshit Drive, Birmingham.
P.O. Box.
B11SHT.
That's an appropriate place to file it.
All right. And Nathan Oakley, you want to?
Yeah, I'll do it live for my show as it's going out right now. So it's I don't know what the show number is. I think it's 1347, and it's the rumpus getting an absolute annihilation on the physical geometric sphere edge horizon, formerly known as Earth curve. She makes absolutely plain we do not see. So check it out. It's going out now on my second channel, Nathan Oakley channel. So be here or be sphere. I've been spamming the link to the live stream chat, so you can chant away in there if you're a baller, or chat away in there if you're a flat earther. So yeah, that's on Nathan Oakley channel going out right now. So check the Quantum Eraser YouTube live stream for a link to that show. And I go out daily on the Nathan Oakley 1980 channel with Flat Earth Debate at 2 p.m. UK time. So be here or be sphere for that. Thank you very much indeed to Quantum Eraser for having me. Thank you, Betty, for your dulcet tones and doing the things that I've been lumbered with while you haven't been around.
You're welcome. So yeah, there's no more admin for you at this moment. So if you want to round out.
Yeah, we're going to round it out.
Last comments.
Yeah, got to round it out. I got to get out to the vehicle and prep the vehicle for her. So, yeah. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Like I said, he can't recover. There's nothing you can do. It's over for you. Sorry for your loss, but that's just the way it's got to be. So, take no prisoners. No quarter will be asked. None shall be given. And remember, I'll be back.